Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back to the second episode of my new Monster Train series, Easy Expert Challenges. I'm JC Locke, still in recovery from both my hospital stay and for Monster Train Mania. We're back again to utilize the front-loading optimization tactics of speedrunners for the benefit of players looking at expert challenges for the first, third, or whatever time. This week, we're taking on Dangerous Mines. This may seem an odd choice, given that it is regarded as one of the easier expert challenges by players who know what they're doing with it. However, its disadvantage and one of its advantages are very deceptive in nature, and if you're not prepared for it, it will straight wreck you. The disadvantage of levity seems pretty straightforward. All enemies having haste means you only have 2 floors to work with and have to scale exactly 1 floor faster on the top floor. You quickly get used to it, right up until you hit Ring 5 and see an upgraded Silent Marksman with Stealth 2. Suddenly, he jumps to the top floor, and you can't hit him because he's still stealthed. Did you have a plan for that? If not, I hope your pyre is untouched, because every one of those guys is about to touch it all over the place with 25-fingered hands. Maybe you got lucky and missed them. No, wait, there they are on Wave 5 of the Divinity fight. It seems straightforward, but not only can it be deceptive, it forces you to play conservatively with your shards, or face dire consequences. Then, there's the advantage of 2 for 1. Don't get me wrong, Stygian, Umbra, and Remnant in particular love this. You see a Titan Sentry, a Siren, Alloyed Construct, Overgorger, Paraffin Enforcer, Wickless Baron, Molten Encasement, Bounty Stalker, well, here's their self-infusion for free. However, beyond that, it really forces you to evaluate every card choice, particularly expensive ones, and very closely track removal opportunities. Otherwise, your deck becomes bloated really fast and really difficult to draw through. But let's finish with the good news. The all-upside modifier giving this particular expert challenge its hype, Hive Mind. This modifier is straight busted. Making friendly units all subtypes suddenly makes the artifacts available to your chosen factions a major factor. Gurg's Goad, multi-strike for all. Queen's Tail, everybody's an imp. Everyone want damage shield on summon? Here's some wing technology. Hello, fellow tombs. Here's some encased ember in case you want more ember than you could ever hope to spend if you're running chump blockers of any kind. Wait, is that armored hull? 30 armor railbeater infusions for everyone. And it's not just artifacts. 2 Umber cards in particular are just not prepared for this. Consider the underwhelming Shroud Mitosis. Suddenly, it creates 3 copies of literally any unit in the game, and it doesn't even consume after doing it. That practically unpickable Morsel Master? She'll copy any dude you want the same way. But I haven't mentioned the all-time king of cheesy hive mind abuse, Advanced Prototype. Available to literally every clan from Ring 1, this artifact gives every single unit you play +5/+5, damage shield 2, and multi-strike. That is already enough to go John Wick up in Seraph's red circle, but I am looking to maximize my chances of victory. That means going full Neo the Chosen One up in Divinity's Matrix. That's why I'm going to abuse it all the way with Superfood Primordium. Setting aside the fact that Primordium gives you a roughly 40% chance to see Shroud Mitosis, overstacking the top floor with 4 Primordiums, even using it honestly gets absolutely ridiculous. Take the carry unit of your choice, play it top floor with Superfood 1. The unit itself starts with +5/+5 damage shield 2 and multi-strike, and then after that 3 rounds, Primordium has bumped that unit, as you can see right here, pretty much into an indestructible monster. This is before spending any spells on scaling or otherwise to make Superfood Primordium even better than Advanced Prototype already does. Did you find a Shroud Mitosis or Furnace Tap along the way? Well, your carry unit is now multi-striking into double digits easily. Like the first dozen or so uploads, this was an expert challenge run I played in the hospital and saved for future commentary. This is one of the 2 that I actually remember very clearly because I sadly kind of chased a meme on this one. My advice to those following along is to pick your favorite carry unit from either Umbra or the support faction of your choice and go nuts. The meme I chased, on the other hand, was a stupid thought. In this setup, even Demon Fiend becomes an A-tier unit, and that just seemed too hilarious to pass up. I decided if I encountered him early, I was going to try it, and I did. While it was fun, I wouldn't consider it an educational display of this particular exploit, so I will not be repeating it this time. 2 reminders: I play on Switch with all the complications that entails. Secondly, I'm doing my best with gaming equipment, not streaming equipment, and with a body still in recovery from an extended hospital stay, so please bear with me as you join me in this part of that recovery process. So, now that the insane plan has been basically explained, disclaimers disclaimed, and meme spoilers proclaimed, let's get on with the game. Our rerolls begin here. We are not looking for anything specific, just something that we'd like to dump into Superfood Primordium. I have chosen Void Binding here. Next, we are looking for Advanced Prototype. We do not find it here, but Mask of Penumbra is a nice artifact. It is okay to keep looking in the Divine Horde for it in this challenge, and here is why. Because of the exploit we're using, we are going to be so powerful into Ring 1, our only danger is not drawing a Train Steward in the first 3 turns. Statistically speaking, we have a 32.5% chance to not draw a Steward on turn 1, 20.8% chance on turn 2 if we haven't drawn one by turn 1, and then if we still haven't drawn one, a 7.1% chance on turn 3. Taken as a sequence, the odds of not drawing a single Train Steward in 15 cards is 0.48%. I'm not going to say I've never seen that before, because I have. Sometimes statistics just drags you into a dark alley and there's nothing you can do about it. However, I believe the risk is so severely low that we can easily take on the Divine Horde here for a second chance at not having to reroll. And there she is. Finally, we need Superfood Primordium. Alright, now that our rerolls have produced our optimal front load, let's get to it. A quick look at the map before we start. Our first temple is on Ring 3, then 4, 5, and 8. At Ring 2, our Merchant of Steel is across the Umbra banner. Whatever, if we're not offered a unit trial in Ring 1, we'll take whatever we can get here just to have a warm body in front of our exploited Penumbra, or Primordium. And then eventually we'll sort out a good unit. Hellvent on Ring 3. That's worth noting if we don't need the banner in the Merchant of Steel. Alright, our first boss is Double Explosive Daedalus. That can be a concern if he sets up top, because that will start to eat away our damage shields, but I'm not terribly pressed by him. Alright, our next, that's Garbage Fell. That is definitely a concern. It's something that we'll definitely have to worry about, because this build pretty much must play top floor. So we are definitely going to need an answer in the way of some sort of sweeping magic or other means of answering a whole bunch of scourges. And Seraph the Diligent again, more curses, and without immediate countermeasures from, say, Awoken artifacts, we are definitely going to have to play into her. So there's things to be mindful of this run, but at the same time, we're going to be so ridiculously powerful, we may just be able to raffle stomp our way through it. So we'll see what the run has for us. Spikes here is not my favorite, but with the plinks that we have, and the vent, and the overpowered Train Stewards, I think it's going to be absolutely fine. We'll take it on. We can always use the money. We're going to put a morsel miner up here to avoid the timber drain. Primordium, Train Steward. Another Train Steward down here. Kill off one of them. Alright. So we have options here. Everybody's dying and we're still growing. So what I think I'm going to do here is torch for some money. Link down here. Huh. Bummer. And play another Train Steward. You're upgraded, 7-2. I think the play may simply be another Plink. No, it was not. There's no optimization that will overcome Plink, I'm afraid. I think I would actually like to play a little bit smart and not lose 2 damage shields here. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, Void Binding is a little bit late for this, but we can do some damage on bottom with it most certainly. So let's put it on our soon-to-be-dead Train Steward friend. Well, it got 1. Can't beat that. Oh, hey. Oh, got 2. And then I'll just vent to take care of the last one. Alright, and we actually kill on bottom floor. That's how powerful this particular artifact and combination is. Alright, this isn't a lifesteal build, and I really don't want 2 engine upgrades in my deck. Pack Morsels is fine if we knew that we were going to be playing a Gorger at some point maybe, but Immortal Trade doesn't help us. Pack Morsels does go away, but it still bloats the deck. 1 engine upgrade would be nice, but I don't think I need the Ember that badly, so I'm just going to skip here. Now, once again, Ritual of Battle would be super nice for scaling, but I don't want to. And for the moment, I don't really have the Ember required, especially in the early game. I may take it as a speculative, but I think we're fine without it. I'll go ahead and skip again. We are going to be carried a lot by our front-end optimization in the early game. Alright, I have to swing right because I don't have a banner unit. And I still really don't. For now, though, I suppose Morsel Maker is just fine. Do I have anything coming up that I might need some money for? I probably should have looked at the Merchant of Steel first, but it's a number banner. You pretty much know what you're getting into. Endless. I can re-roll. More damage shield. Alright. I think what I'm going to do here let's re-roll first, and then I'll decide if I want to take this money. No, to be perfectly honest, an endless damage shield multi-striking Train Steward would not be bad, especially in the early game. But I don't think that's a worthy investment right now. Oh, there's multi-strike 1 and rage 7 for that matter. I suppose there's a non-zero chance that we actually... No, there's a 0 chance we keep Morsel Maker. But I think this will be a good investment for the early game. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and give it yet another multi... Well, yeah, we'll give it another multi-strike. And then we'll purge a card, the other Morsel Master, because remember, we get 2 of them when we pick. And just to guarantee that we can re-roll down here if we get a better unit, which we almost certainly will, I'll just go ahead and take the shards now. We're at 25, ring 2, but I still think we are well within our limits. Armor 10 for a unit draft. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Haste. Now, Blink isn't going to do us anything here. So it's not like we can avoid Ember Drain. So we play Morsel Maker first. Primordium behind. And let's just put a Train Steward down here to harass the one instead. Everybody top row is already dying. We're good there. I think we'll continue our harassment on the bottom line. Torch for money. Everybody nice and dead up here. Not much to do here, honestly. I guess I'll just give our Train Steward friend a little bit more juice. Maybe just vent out a spite up here. How does this always happen? Alright, 12. Yeah. We'll do a fair amount of damage here on bottom. And boss is dead. Just to make sure that he is extra dead. Okay, barrels of production here is Ember Drain package and it's scaling. 2 of them is absolutely nice. Obviously, if we're going to go this route, we need a plan. We need some holdovers, some duplicates, something. Fledgling Imp is an interesting possibility, but I don't want to clog up our top floor, and I definitely don't want to take space, so I don't think I like anything enough here to increase my deck size. And here's my meme. There he is right there. Hilariously, I could go straight Crucible Warden. Honestly, it's not bad. Gives me a reason to maybe take some Gorge artifacts later. Steelworker, as nice a unit as he is, we're on the damage shield plan, so armor's not really going to help us all that much. But yeah, we could just gain an insane amount of damage shield, so I think Crucible Warden here is the play. Let's take a look at Merchant of Steel. Quick. Do we just want to be indestructible? Yes, yes we do. Alright, so Quick is going to be our first. We'll definitely put it into Crucible Warden. At this point, we're all but committed to Crucible Warden. Let's take a look and see what the Hellhorn banner has to offer first. Another Demon Fiend. Rail Beater, once again, I'm really not that into the armor. As much as I like the melee weakness 1, we're going to have so much multi-strike that it's honestly redundant. So let's go ahead and skip here. Let's go ahead and make our Crucible Warden here quick. The question here is, do I reroll or do I purge? I think I purge here. So next question. Yeah, our infusion is definitely going to be the morsel maker here. So we're going to purge the second Crucible Warden. All we need is one carry unit. And we've already chosen Crucible Warden. So let's go ahead and get it purged. So, it's tempting just to give him 25 and call it a day here, never have to see another steel shop. We don't see one on 5. That opens up Merchant of Magic and Horde on 5. Vortex on 6. And the big value on 8. So yeah, I don't want to see another steel shop this run. Let's give him plus 25 and call it a day. Alright, going up to 50 shards here. I'm going to put the Morsel Maker into Crucible Warden. While that Dirty Magic power into Event is tempting, we're at 50 shards right now, going into Double Explode Daedalus, so let's show at least a modicum of respect here. Well then, okay. This right here solves our Ember Drain problem. And now, we may not pick another card the rest of this run. Don't say that. Statistically speaking, we are unlikely to miss Perils of Production more than once here. And we can still find holdover and just make it stick harder. I really like X5 on Perils here. Who is going to stop us now? Even with that, though, I don't think I take on that plus 30. We have plenty of time to pick up more shards. And to be perfectly honest, I absolutely want to make sure that I hit the hordes, because there's just so many good hits with this ridiculous modifier. Okay, that's mid. Fine. This is an optimal opening hand for us, I believe. All I need is one morsel and I'm good to go. Alright. Avoid the Ember Drain. We're going to feed all that rage into Primordium. Just going to kill off a Rebel Morsel here. Torch our friend 2 here, and then see that 7-2 next turn. Alright, turn 1. Our Gorger is at 50x3 with 77 health. Let's just end half this line down here. I suppose I can conduct some harassment down. All this haste, nobody's going mid, but hey, Daedalus probably will. So let's just do a little bit of harassment down here and wait for Daedalus to show up and get smacked with my Train Steward. Alright, barrels. Void binding. Shadow Realm this entire floor. Welfare check. We are now at 152 X5 with 125 health, 15 damage shield. And quick. Alright, we don't draw our perils this turn. That is absolutely fine. We already have this in the bag at this point. Almost kill him with 2 Train Stewards down below with all the damage he's already taken. So close. So close. And alas, I do not have a vent or anything else to kill him with out of spite, so we'll just end him. Alright, show me what you got. Umberstone, absolutely hilarious. Also completely and totally win more at this point. We have more than enough strikes on the floor. So we skip the rares. And we have absolutely no need for a unit here. And at this point, we take draw for greater consistency and more access to our perils of production. Left side gives us Merchant of Magic, some money. Right side gives us removals and artifacts, so this choice is fairly obvious here. At this point, we have a decision to make. Oh, no, we don't. I'm not really interested in going on aggressive edible unless I do it from the start. It's just one of my personal preferences. I don't really find the payout good unless you go all the way to 3. So we're just going to get some more damage shields, be even more indestructible, and go Superfood 2. Hopefully we'll see the Stalwart snack after Garbage Fell. Sinner Salve to the rescue, once again. Not one of my favorite artifacts, but it definitely solves a problem that we currently have. So we can play top floor without any worries now. So now, we have a 30-card deck, and that irks me. At this point, what are my least valuable spells? I don't necessarily mind the Train Stewards right now. They're good for harassment on lower floors. We're getting to the point where both Torches and Plinks are not going to be doing a whole lot for us. Vent gives us something to do with all that mana, or all that ember that we create from Perils of Production, so I don't want to lose that. I think my choice now is going to be a pair of Torches. What is in the temple? Another 30 magic power, purge. I don't really feel the need here. What's my guaranteed? I will go up to 75 on the Horde. Yeah, I'm not feeling any particular pressure for a plus 30 right now. My biggest priority right now is thinning out my deck. I feel very good about how the deck looks. I just want it smaller. Random artifact for Spikes 4. Sold. Party Boy is going to wreck my shields in the end, but I'm going to have so many, I think I will easily outlast him. Alright. I'm not going to be able to avoid Ember Drain, but it's not like I'm trying to avoid it anyway. Rage, rage, harassment, mosquito bite. Everybody dead up here? Yeah, looking good. Didn't draw anything useful. Don't really need to. More harassment on the bottom line. I didn't actually want to do that. I don't know. I rushed. I thought that was the making of a morsel. Reminder, I am still more than a little scrubby. We are at 139x5 now. Gorger just chomping away. How many damage shield? 11? With all even with all those spikes, that is amazing. Since I have the Train Steward to spare, might as well put him up here. Oh, in case you were wondering how I drew that card, if it's not obvious, my Train Stewards are morsel units. Alright. I don't know why I'm bending up here, but everybody's dead, but not as well. Doesn't cost me anything. I did not draw into perils, so I just pass. I drew into perils all day, every day here, but I have 2 X's, so I really feel no need to embarrass Party Boy any further. Not the artifact I'd have chosen, but it's worth 25 to me. Stealth 2 is still a thing, and I may not draw into my vents. Shroud Spike, eh? Shroud Spike is the only thing worth considering here. I wonder if I could trigger it on a Train Steward, since they are morsel units. That would be funny, but we're not here for funny. We're here for optimizing win chances. What does Shroud Spike actually do for us? We have consistent morsel generation. We also have a 28 card deck, and this would bring it right back up to 30. I do not see the value that this brings equivalent to less consistency, so we skip here. Don't care about armor, don't care about imps. I already have plenty of rage through perils, so we skip again. Merchant of Magic and more artifacts. So basically, money in caverns or Merchant of Magic and artifacts. We haven't seen a Merchant of Magic yet. A single holdover on perils would be nice. far from required. Well, doesn't matter. Here we go. Alright, 20 in consuming a plink is never a bad investment. Mostly. So the question is, do I -1 a thing, or do I go for another purge? What are the odds I will draw Void Binding without Perils of Production early? Even if I do, I just play it, I think. So yeah, I think I have a Divine Horde coming up for next ring. So yeah, I think the money best spent here is simply to purge a card. We're at the point now where Train Stewards are starting to be a little bit less useful, but it's definitely more useful than plink number 5. Or a torch. Yeah, let's just get rid of a plink. Well, that changes the calculus a bit, doesn't it? Mark of Exile, practically worthless. Pyrestone Housing, though. Is there an opportunity we might like to take for a Merchant of Steel? It's not ring 6, not ring 7, definitely not ring 8, so I think at this point 25 gold is worth more to me than either of these. $10 in piercing. I would definitely like a piercing vent to dump Ember into. That brings us up to 60. Another math check. That's 70. Nope, that's 75. It's 85. We just need 15 more. I'm sure we can easily find that. That being said, does that -2 make sense anywhere? It shouldn't, and it doesn't. So we're down to 27 cards. We're about as consistent as I want to be here. I still want to keep purging, but let's move on. Self-made Harpy. And they are intent on ripping apart my damage shields, aren't they? But I still think that I out-damage shield even Harpy. So let's take the money where we can find it. It's an armor trial. Blink is worthless. Piercing Vent here is not for your armor. Alright, quick check. He's not sharded up, so he should be easily dead. Yep. Yep, this entire floor is dead. We're good. More damage shield, more rage. I guess we just lay out the rest of our Ember down here. There's our holdover barrels. Drop of Harasser. Ah, my good eye for a vent right now. Even through all that, the Train Steward lives. Alright, the number's been eaten. We're looking at 145 times 5, 22 damage shields. I have no concerns right now. Continue our harassment at the bottom line. What am I missing? How do we not even do a single point of damage here? That's 1 damage shield off. 2 damage shield off. Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Math, it works. Leave you out on mid in case something really bizarre happens. I guess I could have gotten more damage to the top by playing him up top. I wasn't thinking. At this point, I think the hardest part of this run is going to be avoiding going into autopilot mode. Just because we are so ridiculously and unfairly powerful. I don't know why I bothered playing him mid. At least it got him out of my deck. Yeah, Harpy doesn't even touch me. Yeah, because we're super powerful and have quick. I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting about the fact that we are all but indestructible. None of this helps me right now. Inflame, still not that good. Money in a Caverns or Merchant and Removals. This choice is obvious. Let's look in the magic shop. Permafrost. That makes sense on anybody? Maybe. Maybe. When's my next temple? At the very end. I'll give it some thought. What's our artifact? I'm not terribly in love with anything here, but Collection of Tales definitely does, at the very least, slow down the decay of our rage. Not in any proportion to the rage we actually generate, but it's worth 25 to me. Removals. At this point, I really still do like the Train Steward because they play and go away. So let's do another Plink and another Torch. Is there anything in particular we might be looking for here? No remove, consume. Double stack on Void Binding might be nice, but it's also kind of overkill. Overkilling is the best killing, but... So we have a 1 in 3 chance of seeing double stack here. Remove, consume does nothing for us. And at this point, I really don't want to hold over anything else, I think. So I think we are just going to make another Plink consumable. Let's go ahead, just in case, make that Void Binding free. Now let's take a look at our money situation. After Fel, we have Divine Boons. What would we actually Hellvent here? I mean, yeah, Void Binding real nice, but once again, win more. Yeah, I don't see anything I actually want to dupe right now. I want less cards, if anything else. Which means that I want to speculate on trinkets here, because there's just so many good hits. So I think I save my money right now rather than pay for another removal. I'd love another removal, but that Merchant of Trinket's just too juicy, and it's next to the Vortex anyway, so I can live with that. Alright, Garbage Fill, Center Salve. What's there to worry about? Alright. Real good opening hand for us. I like it. Get that non-decaying rage on. No, you can go to mid and die. Oh no, that might actually bait Phil. I don't want to do that. That was a mistake. And good luck getting rid of him now. More rage. Play the Train Steward out and get him out. It's like rerolling. You sir, we're not supposed to live. That's just rude. Alright, and we'll redraw into one Train Steward. Frack all I can do about that, but it's not the worst thing ever. How are we up top? 163 times 5, 19 damage shield. And, as always, quick. Of course not, Blink. Of course not. I do always seem to bottom deck Void Binding, don't I? Not that it honestly matters. Torch is still useful, but I should have vented instead. This is the part where I remind you that I have not yet left behind my scrubbiest instincts. Bottom deck than a top deck Void Binding. Ladies and gentlemen, probability. By the way, the fact that we have Advanced Prototype means that we need to do nothing in order to play Umbra up top on Divinity, because they come in to play with damage shield already. Alright, who wins? Garbage Fill or one beefy Gorger boy? Knockout, round one. Hello, Wretch. Absolutely. Definitely more draw here. Alright. As promised, we come here, we speculate. Let's take a look at the Trinket Shop before I start purging. Okay, then. None of this is especially useful to me. The lifesteal 2 is hilarious, but it conflicts with damage shield 2, so it doesn't really help me out. And we're already invincible enough to keep stacking lifesteal from superfoods, so I'm not concerned here. Okay. At this point, I want to start trimming Train Stewards, I believe. Not all of them, necessarily, but torches have become all but useless to me, so let's do 1 Train Steward. 1 torch. Reroll here. Actually, before I reroll, let's see if we get the snack. Or if we're going all in on superfood. We're going all in on superfood. That definitely changes some things. That means that we only get to eat 3 times. So, the more aggressive we can be, the better. Alright, let's reroll and see what we get. That's disappointing. Winged Indulgence is pretty much useless to us. Teeth of Gold, I've never been able to justify. Improved Firebox. I mean, we draw a lot of cards per turn, but statistically, one of them in our opening hand is probably going to be Perils. So, we save our money, and we go big on that last trinket shop. Now, we still need the shards. So I'm still going to take the Divine Boons. And be a little bit disappointed, but I'll get over it. Well, that is cute. I want to see the unit that escapes my top floor. This means that harassment has absolutely 0 value instead of mostly 0 value, but... Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. Perils. Play you down here to die eventually. I don't care what you do down there, so long as I don't have to redraw you. Okay, what happened here? What the frick just happened there? What did I miss? Ah, man. Both wretches this hand. That's unfortunate. I missed something. I have no idea what just happened. I'm definitely going to go back and watch the video and see what I messed up, but I have no idea how that happened. Did he come in with some kind of stealth and I didn't see that? Okay, yeah, that's a problem for after this run. But that's like I tell you, if you're not prepared for that haste, it can definitely wreck you. That took me down to almost 50% pyre health with 1 creature. So let's slow down our play a little bit here and make sure that we don't make that mistake again, whatever the heck it was. That was a really good link for us. In fact, I'm actually going to turn the speed down just a bit. Aha! Okay. Yep, there's a stealth 2 down there. We have answers for that, though. I just need to make sure that I save enough ember for it. Ooh. I honestly did not know a multi-strike conduit could get sharded up with multi-strike, or with haste. Stealth. Ah, stealth. You see how baffled I am by this? Yeah, I was not prepared for that, and hopefully after watching this video, you now are. Alright, I have the mana, or I have the Ember perfectly. That is the thing I'm going to do, unfortunately, called Ember Mana. Let me get Prime... Oh yeah, we're going to get Primordium and a whole bunch of things back, apparently. I definitely want to play one more corners up here. Put the other ones in mid so that they die. And maybe Magma Morsel down here will do something useful. Playing slow, slow and deliberate. Just because we are invincible does not mean that our pyre is. Whew. Have the X. At this point, I'm a little on tilt from that stealth unit, so let's just go ahead and press the Y button. Grovel is an interesting choice, but here I prefer consistency over power. I think we are more than powerful enough, so we skip here. And nothing here really helps us. Okay, let's get back in the game. We definitely take the side of power here. Let's take a peek more, getting our last 15 shards. Actually? Yeah. We'll use them for a purge. So we're up to 110. That was a good purge. Let's take a peek at the trinket shop. Nope. Do we really need more damage shield at this point? We might as well. Unbroken Horn is definitely not bad too. It'll allow me to fuel some ridiculous vents. Okay, I'll consider it. Purges. Well, let's find out first. Do I have a plus 20 consume? I do not. I can afford a reroll for a plus 20 consume, which I did not get. There's holdover again. They just really want me to hold something over. Permafrost would have been nice for Wretch, but you can't have everything. Alright, I see nothing I want to spend money on here. I believe the call at the Hell Vent, since we didn't get Stalwart Snack, is to go ahead and duplicate the Void Binding so we can be a little bit more aggressive. I still really like the idea of the Unbroken Horn here. We don't need more damage shield. I'd rather save the money for if we just get the 777 on the reroll. Which we do not. I mean, Jack Strips gets rid of damage shields. That's not nothing. Yeah. I have. Oh yeah, I have not yet made my purges. At this point, I think it is my non-consuming Plink and the unmerged Train Steward. Last minute removals. I am not going to say I don't have minor concerns where Seraph the Diligent is concerned here. So I may want to chill a little bit. Everything is moderately useful here except the torch. So wrecking the torch here, I would redraw into how many spells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think we're fine to kill this last torch, but I think that's as far as I go. We got a 22 card deck, 7 card draw. I have reached roughly the level of consistency that I want. Once everything has been consumed and played out, I should be drawing through my entire deck every 2 turns. So let's kill the torch. And go meet Seraph. This is a little rough. I will feed Seraph the making of the morsel. Suboptimal. I do not want to lose one of my non-consume perils at this point. Optimal would be if I somehow did not draw into Wretch next turn. That is definitely feasible, especially given Scourges. So at this point, for consistency's sake, I just feed her a Wretch. I didn't draw into my Wretch. Fortune smiles. Now I think I feel confident enough feeding her one of my non-holdover perils, since I have a holdover perils in hand. Play out Train Steward boy. He lives! The dream is alive. You know what, Plink, I'm sorry I've badmouthed you so much this run. You've actually put in some work today. have 4 waves remaining. I don't think I want to feed her the wretch. Yeah, I kind of do, actually. Let's do it. Get in there, Meatwall. Our Train Steward's earned it. Sorry for the silence here. I'm just making sure that I don't scrub it up and lose for no good reason. Alright, we are... Actually, I'm not really impressed enough with this non-piercing vent to keep it in my hand, so let's feed it. Let's count. We kill both here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're more than fine. We're not going to overstack the floor. All right, it's at this point with a 12-card deck, absolutely ridiculous to keep this many perils of production. So let's feed 1. At this point, we're just playing it out, really. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Let's get rid of all these vengeful sharks. And press Y so I don't scrub it up. The only thing that's going to be different about the Divinity fight is we're going to have less damage shields to play with on account of her sweep, but going all in on Superfood actually alleviates that a little bit. There's going to be 1 or 2 waves, especially with haste, that I'm cautious about. Especially with all those damage shields. Whew. All right, let's slow it down. We're close to enough hits. I think we're good, and I have a vent just in case, so yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. I don't want to do this. I don't want to pierce. I want to get rid of the damage shields. So that will be my last bit of ember. I want to consume this plink so I don't draw it again. So that's 2 ember. And then I want to get rid of this Train Steward, so that's 3. Okay, we have a plan here. Plink downstairs. I'm going to put Train Steward mid so no one else can touch him other than Divinity. And that's just funny. And non-piercing vent. Everybody dead? Everybody dead. That was the only wave that really scares me. We should be golden from this point forward. Just make sure we keep an eye out for Stealth 2 down below. Oh, of course I couldn't draw you next turn, but I start with a fresh deck next turn, so it's all good. Am I concerned at all about your incanting? No, not really. Rage 3, that's another 6. At this point, we are hitting for 125. 2 hits, 2 hits, and then Primordium hits 74. Yeah, we're absolutely fine. That was a little more math than I wanted to do. But I just wanted to make sure I didn't scrub up the place. Show me Wretch. I'll see it next turn. Ah, there you are. Maybe I should have played the morsel first. Prime tip. Ah, I should have played him as a chump blocker and let our Train Steward live. Oh well. All's well that ends okay. Get rid of all them spikes. Everybody dying well here? Very good. Mini boss should not pose any kind of problem for us. Loading up the range in the ember. Keeping all the ember I generate. That morsel smacked Divinity. I am so proud of you, little morsel. Always managed to draw a Wretch on the turn that he's going away. Though, to be perfectly honest, I don't think Divinity's that much more longer for this world. With the deck size that we have and the draw that we have, if Divinity's not dead by the time I see it again, I'll see it again. Next turn or turn after that. Check for Stealth 2 down here. Hey, hello Stealth 2. I don't pierce. So that may be an issue. My piercing vent is coming up. I can't count on it though. So, the question is, do I vent here or not? Absolute worst case scenario, that's what, 10 pyre damage? Yeah, I don't think I vent here. Okay, we do not see piercing vent. We are going to take a bit of pyre damage, and there is absolutely nothing we can do about it, so we're not going to sweat it. We still have plenty of pyre health. It's only going to be 10. Never mind, there's the piercing vent. Alright, let's get the ember generated. Alright, Divinity should go down next turn. Yep, Divinity dies to a 441 X9 Crucible Warden. Let's bring it home. Thank you for joining me on episode 2 of Easy Expert Challenges. I look forward to seeing you again next time.